Hello and welcome. My name is Kyle FtW, and welcome back to another episode of Blueprint Review. Welcome to my very first episode of Blueprint Review. For those of you guys who are new to the channel, which I'm not sure if there are any of you, but if you are new, welcome. This is, of course, the series where I use the blueprints of the game, which are essentially the weapon variants. And today, I wanted to take a look at one of the weapons within the Confrontation Weapons Pack, which is, of course, okay, never mind. Hello. Which is one of the weapons, of course, one of the variants of weapons if you pre-order the game. So I think a lot of you will probably have access to this game, or to this weapon. So I was originally going to cover one of the Lancey and Air Pack weapons, which is, of course, if you bought the really special edition of the game, or not the really special edition, but you bought the expensive edition of the game, that is obviously not quite as accessible to as many people as this is. So I will have the M16 covered at some point as well. I decided to start off with the AK because I freaking love the AK in this game. It's just so fun. So hopefully we can do well. We've had a pretty good start so far, I would say. 4-2, not too bad. Like it's a serious like 2KD game for me when it comes to gameplay. It's like I'm not gonna try much harder than that. Not because I don't think I could get anything better than that. No, not because I don't think I can get anything better than that. But just because trying to get anything better than that would just be horrible. It would be absolutely horrible to try and get anything better than that. Because of all the multiplayer games I've played, I've gotten 0 games above a 3KD. 0. So, yeah. What does that tell you about the SPMM? Well, number one, it tells you that it's extremely strict. That is probably the most obvious. But I mean, you know what? It's not that big of a deal. It's just once they nerf the MP5, it really won't matter to me anymore. But like the MP5 is just so ungodly broken that it takes a lot of fun out of the game at times. So we're doing well here. Beautiful, man. I think there might be more people around. So with this series, what I'm gonna do is when it comes to this series and stuff, last year with Modern Warfare 2019, I would just get myself a good gameplay and then I would review it from there. But this year, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you how many games it took me to get that good gameplay, and then I will tell you like an honest review. Because if it took me like, let's say it took me like 10 games to get a good gameplay with it, the worth and the practicality might go down a little bit. But if it takes me like 3 games or 2 to get a good gameplay, then of course the practicality will go up, if that makes any sense. And I'm gonna get, oh thank goodness, got 1 clutch kill with that. So I'll call that there, and there. We're doing well so far. 13-5, 13-4. I'll take it. Playing on most definitely the best map in the game. Most definitely the best map in the game. Okay, so let's head over this direction. But you may be wondering how I review the blueprints, but I will talk about that when we actually get to that point. I want to try my best to do well on the gameplay, focus on the gameplay, and try and do as well as possible. But I think there's more people over. Yeah, there's more people over this way. Crap. Nice! Let's go, dude. Let's go. This has been my best game of Black Ops Cold War so far. Let's go, man. The AK is so good. Go, Semtex. No, 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 no. Yes, let's go, man. We are doing well. You'll love to see it. You love to see it, man. I've had so much struggles with the multiplayer, to where I've not really even played much. I mean, I'm level, as you can see, I'm level 36 in the game. And probably 23 levels of it have been me playing zombies, not multiplayer. So yeah, I've been playing a lot more zombies than multiplayer, but that's because zombies in this game is just fantastic. It is so good. It is so good. I absolutely love it. Most likely I'll have the wonder weapons, the wonder weapon guide go up today, most likely. But man, that's gonna be a hard video to make. Well, it's not a hard video to make, but I have to edit it and I have to, you know, make it. I may have to actually write a script for it because there's a lot of complex things with it. So, but yeah, I was finally able to figure out how to get that guide for you. I was originally not going to do it because I couldn't figure out how to get the specific upgrade for the specific weapons, because they just some issues with the teleporters and stuff like that. But I'll talk about that in that video. But zombies in this game is incredible. Like, it is really solid. And damn it, man, we were doing so well, and then we just started to die 4 times in a row. That's because I stopped focusing on the gameplay. All right, focus back on the gameplay. Okay. Oh, there's people back here. There's one. Don't want to get caught with my pants down. I won't. Okay, there we go. Can I... Oh, that's a teammate. Can I pull out a 3KD? It's possible. I'm gonna make sure I keep my sights up right here. Oh, she's running the other way. Or that character is running the other way. I'm not sure if it's a she or a he. Okay. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I will take that. Where did you come from? She kind of just glitched. She kind of just glitched through there for a second. Darn it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Alright, I need to get 2 kills. Can I get 2 kills by the time the game ends? No. Now I can't get a 3KD. That sucks. We died by a streak right at the end of the game. But you know what? We got my KD goal. Like, why is this game so inconsistent? Why is this game so inconsistent? I'm like shredding kids, I'm destroying kids in the beginning of the game, and then all of a sudden I go like 2 and 6 for the end of the game. Whatever, man. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for a gameplay, taking a look at the AK-47 Iron Curtain blueprint. And I'll see you guys in the lobby, where we will go ahead and review the weapon. So I will see you guys there. Alright, guys, so welcome into the lobby. This is, of course, a look at the AK-47 Iron Curtain, which is part of the Confrontation Weapons pack. So when it comes to me reviewing these blueprints, I take a look at the aesthetic, the practicality, and the worth of the weapon. So, of course, aesthetic, how the weapon looks. Does it look good? Is it, of course, when we actually have blueprints in the store, is it worth buying, you know, based off of how it looks? Then, of course, I take a look at the practicality, so I look at the attachments and how I feel about how practical the weapon is in a normal game. And then last but not least, the worth of the weapon, whether or not I believe it's worth using or just kind of leaving behind. So, starting off here with the aesthetic of the weapon, I'm going to go ahead and say that it is really, really good. I really like how you have your sort of Russian themed sort of graffiti and propaganda posters on there. I really like how that looks. I think it looks really, really clean. It looks really smooth. It looks really nice in game. Although there is a little texture glitch in the game where it will look sort of not the best at times, but for the most part I think it looks really, really nice, and I love how the weapon looks. So for the practicality, I'm going to give that a good. So now that the aesthetic, I'm going to give that a good. So now jumping in here with the aesthetic, or the practicality of the weapon, sorry. So it took me 3 games to get a good gameplay with this weapon. And that's definitely a positive. So the first gameplay was on Crossroads Strike. Again, it was sort of like this gameplay where I started off really well, had a good KD, and it got worse and worse and worse, and then I ended up getting a high 1. Second game was actually it took me 4 games to get a good gameplay. Second game was a lobby full of MP5 users, so I was just like, and I mean that, like everybody on the other team was using an MP5, so of course that's gonna not do very well with this weapon. So that was rough. Then the game right after that one, again, same story, MP5, snipers, campers, all that kind of stuff, all that kind of bad stuff. Did really bad that game. And then of course the Moscow gameplay, which you just saw, was my 4th game using this weapon. So as far as the practicality goes, I would say it is a pretty practical weapon. It's not anything super practical, mostly because of the iron sights. I recommend putting an optic, and that's something of note as well, that this is a legendary blueprint, so you can put a new attachment on there. Boom, now I have a sight. I highly recommend a sight on this weapon because the iron sights are bad, and I don't know why the iron sights on all the weapons in this game are so bad, besides the MP5 and the AK-74U and stuff like that, but the iron sights on most of the ARs in this game are terrible, and I don't know why. So I definitely recommend putting a sight on this weapon to make it even more practical. Again, I don't like the reveals distance and the spotlight. Really don't see a point in this, especially because most of the maps are light anyways. I don't really ever see a point in using the Tiger Team spotlight or the flashlight attachment. So as far as the practicality goes, I would say it's practical because it's the AK-47, but it's definitely not the most practical weapon. It's good, not gonna lie. The blueprint is good by itself, but I recommend putting a sight on it, changing it around a little bit. So for that, I'm gonna give it just an okay for the practicality. And last but not least, is this weapon worth using? Absolutely yes, it is definitely worth using. It is a good assault rifle. It does work. It does a lot of damage. And as you could see from the gameplay, early in the gameplay anyway, it would do work. It would get kills fast, and it would work really well. This weapon definitely succeeds very, very well from close range, or from medium range, sorry. You don't want to be trying to beam people across the map with it, but you also don't want to be caught in a very, very close range situation, because it has a slow fire rate, high damage, just like the AK has always had in Call of Duty. So you're going to want to stay close. But as for how it looks in game and stuff, and I feel like a lot of you guys will have the ability to use this weapon, definitely give it a good worth as well. So my final rating for this weapon is going to be a 7.5 out of 10. I think it works really, really well. It's not it's not the best looking weapon ever, but it's not bad at all. I definitely recommend giving it a go. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this very, very first episode of Blueprint Review here in Modern Warfare 29, here in Black Ops Cold War. I apologize. I had a lot of fun doing this series, and I'm very, very excited to have a lot of episodes throughout the entire year, taking a look at all of the very, very cool blueprints within the game. Of course, the store ones, I probably won't be able to get all the store ones because that's just kind of insane, but I will probably get a couple store ones and cover those as well. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, a like rating is always appreciated. If you want to check out any of my other previous blueprint review videos from Modern Warfare, I will leave that playlist linked down below, but of course I will have a new playlist for this series once I actually put out episode 2. I'll probably be covering the M16 version of the Confrontation Weapons Pack very, very shortly as well, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys all on another Black Ops Cold War video very, very soon.